What's up? It's Lactate Lactate, and this isn't my gameplay today. How I wish it was. There's a pretty massive score, and it seemed fitting to sort of use this gameplay to sort of introduce the man sitting next to me, the man, the legend, Rob or xRob. Which is it? I get confused.
Well, it's Rob at the moment. Hi guys, I'm Rob, and I'm a pretty sort of average to good Call of Duty player, and I'm hoping to sort of start my own channel and start uploading sort of high scoring and entertaining videos that you guys might enjoy. The xRob that we're referring to is he's a different guy. This gameplay is a small recording of the kind of thing he does, and he's a lot better than I am.
xRob is a monster.
It's just a shame that we only see him every now and again.
If you know, for those of you, the few of you that followed the My45 team, you'll know that Rob sort of is the resident slayer of the group. The guy that we always joke about is always on top of the leaderboards and always in most kills and all that. And no matter how good a game you have, you know Rob's got more kills than you, which is always, you know, always nice to play with someone like that sometimes. But so in this gameplay, you go 103 for 5, which is obviously a massive score. So what were you doing to try and get this score? What was your setup?
Well, I was running pretty high kill streaks here, and also I was running kill streaks that I was confident that I could get to.
Very important.
Yeah, exactly. And I think as well with when you're setting up your kill streaks is knowing how well you're playing, how the game's sort of behaving. And I was feeling pretty confident. I'd had a good game before. So I was running 5-9-17, as you all know, is Pred, Reaper, Osprey. So pretty powerful kill streaks, and you can imagine sort of their power on Dome. And basically I was running Scar, Silence, Extended Mags, Hardline Pro. Now, for all of you who use Hardline Pro, I'm sure you know the beauty of its second, its Pro perk basically. So the Pro perk of Hardline is that for every 2 assists that you get, it counts as a kill. But the thing is, that's actually regardless of whether that assist was part of your streak or not. So, for example, you'll be seeing me get my Osprey a bit later, and the assist I used from that was just used to restack my kill streak. So yeah, and that
you come out and get a Pred straight away on the first kill because you've already got 6 assists.
It's a bit of a cheeky tactic.
It's a bit COD 4 like in the way that it sort of it goes on after you die.
Yeah, like you called in your chopper and you get your UAV.
It's quite neat. They'll probably patch it within the week. If anything that makes the game a bit more fun, it needs to go. And using the Scar, I mean, what assault rifles, submachine guns, that sort of gun you tend to stick with?
Yeah, well, I'm very much a big man on assault rifles. I use the ACR probably more than most guns, I'm pretty sure, and I'm sure most of you do as well, because of course the ACR's always the best gun in the game. Can't help that. But so actually, the reason I actually put the Scar on was because I wanted a bit of variety. I realised that if I was going to start recording, that I just need to stop being so boring. Not that I'm too sort of constricted, but yeah, the Scar I knew was sort of a fairly predictable kick gun. Low damage, but with extended mags and a good shot and a silencer as well. It's just like it's pretty unstoppable.
Yeah, the extended mags really do sort of put that gun over the edge in terms of its effectiveness. What was I going to say? So in terms of you sort of hinted at what you want to bring to your channel. I mean, what are your plans for your channel? What sort of gameplay do you feel like you can bring to the COD community?
Well, you know that at the moment the quality of sort of COD is pretty high, and to be honest, I'm going to just try my best to sort of keep up with that quality. And a lot of people I've watched a lot of channels and studied sort of a lot of how people have evolved their channels, because I'm sort of new to this process, but essentially I just want to make sure that I can maintain the same quality through all of my videos, really. So just to sort of make sure that they're high scoring, and as well, like, you can enjoy the gameplay rather than just sort of you just want to hear just any old boring commentary over it.
Yeah, I mean, you're sort of like me in terms of how you probably owe a lot of your success on COD now to the YouTube community and the online phenomenon that sort of Call of Duty became, and I feel like a lot of us probably learned from that. There's probably a lot of guys like us, that are playing at the moment. Do you want to talk a little bit more about your COD background? How did you get started into it and stuff?
Well, I was sort of it's not like elitism for me to say, but I did sort of start in the COD 4 community. I was actually quite oblivious about all this sort of YouTube stuff until maybe sort of a quarter way through Modern Warfare 2's life, I reckon.
Yeah.
But you know, I played a lot of COD 4, and I'd actually, you know, I'm not the same standard as I was now, but I was pretty good. And Modern Warfare 2, the same. Just that game was probably the biggest evolution in COD for me. You know, I wasn't. Black Ops didn't really sort of make much of an impact on my improvement of skill. It just made me learn not to rely on my kill streaks as much. But yeah, so I moved from COD 4 to Modern Warfare 2, and then there I sort of learned a lot through the community, basically, as Tom said earlier. And yeah, so once I got into Modern Warfare 3, I wanted to go in sort of headstrong. I knew all the stats meant a lot more now that they sort of, after all that horrible hacking in Modern Warfare 2. So you know, I'd like to think that I sort of stepped on my game. The standard on COD's been pretty high.
It has been. I mean, guys playing now, all veterans, you know, all been playing for 2 or 3 years. The standard is really high. I mean, first night was pretty intense, wasn't it? I think we have memories of the first night. The kind of guys that were playing on you know, at midnight on release day was wow. You know, that was tough. You know, that was good fun though, nice and competitive. Speaking of sort of, you know, going for the win and stuff, it's kind of embarrassing. I mean, this game you get 103 for 5. I mean, I'm in this gameplay as well, but we lose the match. For me personally, I take this you know, the responsibility for this, because if a guy's getting 103 kills on my team and we lose, I think that's my fault. I mean, we play to win normally when we play, don't we? Pretty much every time, and I was playing to win here. And to the point where this game was so incredible, we actually went back and we were looking at different, you know, the games, my game, sort of other people in the lobbies games, and we really can't figure out how we managed to lose. What were your thoughts? Ooh, hit mark.
Well, I mean oh yeah, well that guy
was just 20.
Yeah, 22. That guy really just wanted to live. But yeah, well the thing is, the Osprey sort of, you can see that it actually shows how the spawns work, and there's one thing I was just about to talk about earlier, is that sort of the gameplay mechanics of COD, of Modern Warfare 3, is that in the end we're still getting used to those sort of kings. I think it's a bit more of an even play now. Everyone's had a bit of time, but you can sort of see how the spawns are pretty broken. The fact that I was given the best I could out of my air support. I mean, they never really went for my Ospreys, and still the spawns would just make them flood over A. And unfortunately, we didn't. I mean. I think some of my teammates got unlucky, but in the end we couldn't really do anything about it due to sort of flooding.
I mean, from my personal experience, I mean, I'd go Kappa flag, like we'd have a flag, I'd go Kappa flag, and the flag I just left had then gone. Yeah. And you were in your Osprey gunner, and I'm just like, what's going on? I mean, look at the scores. I don't understand. But anyway, the main score that matters there is 103 for 5. Yeah. Robert xRob, introduced, been good fun, man. Anything else you want to say?
Well, I hope you guys enjoy my coming up videos, and I'll try and make sure that it's good enough for you guys as well. So,
yeah, all right, good. See you later.